All right, guys, my name is Mandy. I am with Scott Leroy Marketing, and today's class is the Consumer Mobile App. I'm going to be sharing from my mobile device here in just a moment. Just to go ahead and give you the view actually on the consumer mobile app itself and go over some basics. And then towards the end of the class, I'll swap over, we'll jump into command, and then we'll look at more of the agent view. So first, we're going to go over things like how to download your app, how to sign in, how to log in, things like that, and then explore the app together from a consumer standpoint. So give me just a second, and I'm going to go ahead and share my view here. Let me let a few more in from the waiting room. There we go. All right. Perfect. Okay, great. Hopefully everybody can see that. Um, and so what this is like a mobile view on your mobile device, obviously, right? And what you're seeing up here at the top is the Command mobile app. If somebody could let me know in the chat if you're able to see my mouse moving over the screen. I'm actually not sure that's going to show now that I'm actually doing this. Again, we're trying a little bit of a new technology here as we're doing this. So you may actually not see my mouse, but I will talk you guys through this. So what you're seeing at the top left of your screen is actually the Command mobile app, no mouse. Okay. Ah, darn it. Well, thank you guys for letting me know. I appreciate that. Um, give me just a second here. There we go. All right. Just making some small adjustments as we go here, guys. Thank you for being patient with me as we do this. Okay. Awesome. All right, so getting back to our mobile view here. So if you're on your mobile device and you do not have the KW Consumer Mobile app downloaded just yet, we are going to show you how to do that. So first, you would go and click, hopefully, your app link. If you don't have it on your mobile device, you can always come to Command Mobile. And I'm going to touch the Command Mobile app in the top left-hand corner. And right here in your Command Mobile app at the top left-hand corner, if you click on your name, Share My App link is right there. See it towards the bottom of the menu. So you always have your KW app link with you on the go if you need it. Now, when you touch it there, based on your device settings, it may give you the option to share via text, messenger, email, whatever settings you have there on your personal device, and you can share the app link that way. Now, I'm going to close Command Mobile. And let's say your consumer is viewing a piece of your marketing on their mobile device or text from you, and they just have the consumer app link, your KW app link, right here on their screen. If you touch it, it should open the App Store on their mobile device. So, depending if they have Android or Apple, it may be the Google Play Store, it may be the Apple Store, whatever it is, it should open the App Store for them. So, I'm just going to go over here and grab my App Store really quick. You can click in the bottom right hand corner search. If you have an Apple product, obviously it'll look a little different if you have Android. And you can simply type in just KW if you want. And this should be the view that they get to. Let me scroll down a little bit. There we go. This should be what they see when they click your KW app link. It should prompt them to download the app. Now, the consumer mobile app is the white square with the red KW on the top left. The Command mobile app is the one just below that with the red square white KW. Okay, so Command, that's you for as an agent. That's where you log in and can see your office. The white KW is going to be for consumer view only. It does not recognize you signing in as an agent. It only sees you as the consumer. Okay. Just want to make sure we make a very distinct difference there. So if they've never downloaded the app before, they may have a get option. You can notice down there at the very bottom app that's an ad or whatever, and it says get as an option. Most likely it will show that if they've never downloaded the app. You can tell at the very top beside my KW Real Estate app, I've downloaded it before. It's on my cloud, and that's why you see the cloud app with the down arrow. And if they already have the app on their device, you will see the open option, which is there in the center of your screen beside KW command, meaning the app is already on your device. Okay. So depending on which option you have, you would click that. So I'm going to touch the cloud to go ahead and download the app. It'll show progress and then it'll give me an option to open. There we go. Good. It's working correctly. All right. Let me just check the waiting room real quick just to make sure we don't have anybody waiting. All right. And so right here, send notifications. It's up to you what you choose. And then it may also prompt to share your location. It's not showing on the screen there. It's showing grayed out. On my screen, I'm actually seeing an option to share my locations, and I just choose no. So this is the login screen. Give me 1 second, guys, because I just realized that the waiting room is going to be here. So let me make sure I'm letting everybody in. There we go. So nobody's having to wait. All right. Let's get back. There we go. All right. Here we go. And again, thank you guys for your patience as we try out a little something new for this class. Not sure it's going to stick and that we're going to do it this way moving forward. But for today, we're making it work. So, okay. So towards the top, you'll see now the white square with the red KW, right? That's that KW consumer mobile app. So we're going to touch it to open it. And this is what the screen should be. Now, someone can choose to skip for now, and it will allow them to go into the app and actually do a search, but they won't be able to save any information. Also, if you've set up any saved searches for them or any collections, anything like that, maybe you've added a neighborhood for them, any of that will not show on their app until they actually sign in. Okay. So I want to show you the sign up process first. If a consumer has never signed up, I want to show you how to create that account first. So let's click sign up. Blessed, it's being delayed. Okay, there we go. And so from here, you would enter this information, your first name, last name, and email. So we'll just go ahead and create this today. There we go. And so you can go ahead and just enter the first name, last name, and email and click next. Notice a new feature down there at the bottom. You actually can log in with Google, Apple, or Facebook now into the consumer app. That is a brand new feature. So that is an option as well. We can click next. And you would actually create a password at this point. And then the consumer needs to make sure they check those boxes down at the bottom. They are agreeing to the terms and use by doing that, and they are also agreeing to receive your emails. So I don't know if you guys have ever created saved searches yet for any of your consumers, but you have to have them register on your app or website first, right? Before they can receive the emails. This is why, because when they're creating their login, they're actually giving you permission, clicking that disclaimer, letting us know that they actually are allowing us to send those marketing emails. So this is how you would create that account, fill in the passwords, and then down at the bottom, check those two boxes. And once that's done, you can click create. That's how you would create a consumer login to the KW consumer app. I'm going to go back to the sign in screen, and I'm going to log in with an account so we can explore the app together and I can show you some more options. Again, you only have to log in with your email and password. Oop, wrong password, just a second. Long passwords are great for security, guys, but they're a pain when you have to manually enter them, right? Almost done. Let's see if I did it successfully. Aha, we got it. All right. Good deal. Now we're good to go. Okay, great. So that is how you log in to the consumer app if you already have an account created. If at any time you don't remember your password, there's always that forgot password option on that login screen. If the system recognizes there's an account with the email address you enter, then you'll get a reset link. If you don't get a password reset link, chances are maybe you just don't have a consumer um, account created underneath that email, and then you would just want to create a new one. Something else to note, when a consumer actually signs in to your account, if they choose the sign up option, that brand new information will go in and populate a contact within your command database. You should also get a notification saying that you have a new lead from your KW app. It will capture their first and last name and their email, and then you should be able to view in their timeline moving forward all the times they access your app or your website. They will be able to view listings and things like that, but you also will see it from your timeline. I'll show you that in detail towards the end of the class when we move over to the agent view. Okay. And so if they happen to use an email address that you already have on file within your command contacts as their primary email address, it will actually update their existing contact profile in your command contacts. Okay. As long as they use the same primary email address that you have on file for them, it will update the existing contact profile. If they use a different email than what you currently have saved for them in command contacts, it will create a new contact in your command. No worries, the system does have that option to now merge duplicate contacts, and you can do that. You just want to save the contact that shows the green check mark. If they have a name in your command contacts and a green check mark in a little green circle beside their name, that means that they registered on your website or your KW app. You'll just want to keep that one because that's the one that's linked to feeding in all of that information into the timeline so that you still get that big brother access. You still get to see all the listings they view and things like that. Again, going to show this to you in detail towards the end of class. Just want to make sure that you know what happens if they're creating new accounts. Okay. So now that we're here inside the app, there's a seller side and a buyer side. I'm going to show you that here briefly. So from right here on this home screen, over on the right hand side, you'll see my home. Right here is someone that is looking to actually find the value of their home. So that, I mean, this would be great for sellers, right? That may be looking to list. Notice there's two buttons on this screen. There's one at the top left saying enter address, and there's one at the bottom saying unlock your dashboard. Either button is going to take you to the same spot. So I'm going to touch enter address, and it will ask you to enter your home address. So we'll just do 123 Main Street and pick one that comes up here. And once we've chosen an address, I don't know, and it was a business, who knew? Um, from here, it says we need more information about your home. And so at the bottom, you'll see it gives the consumer an option to send a message. It does pre-populate a message there, and the consumer can choose to send home info. When they choose to send home info, which I'll touch now so you can see what happens, it will send that information. There we go. It will send that information to Billy. It does have it towards the bottom as well for home value, and they can choose to send home info again. This again still is brand new updates within the app, so you can see a little bit of duplication there. But as soon as I hit send info, that contact information has now populated within this agent's command, and they've gotten a notification. Okay. So from here, they can move on to the home equity calculator if they would like. We'll go ahead and choose that just to show you what it does. So we clicked on the Let's Go. And from here, they can actually use this calculator based on their home value and their mortgage balance and calculate that. There's even more education and FAQs down below with the option to chat. So see where it says get in touch? Same principle as what we just did. If we clicked get in touch at that point, a notification would populate within that agent's command, and they would have the option to reach back out on their own personal device to this contact. Okay, so that is the seller side to the app. I'm going to click the back button on the top left, and now I'm going to click the buy and rent tab to move us back over to what a buyer would actually look at in the consumer app. Every consumer will have opportunity and see the same options on their screen for buy and rent and the My Home. Okay, the app does not distinguish between whether they are a seller or a buyer. It's the same app and they will see this same screen no matter what. Okay, it's up to them which side that they use, but when you open the app, it does default to the buy/rent side. Okay, all right. And so from here, I want to show you the next thing is how to search, how to do a search within the app, and also how to create that saved search. Now, again, many of you may have already created saved searches for your consumers, and you can do that through command from the agent side. I will show you that again towards the end of class. However, the consumer actually has more options within the app itself. There's more filters to actually go through. One thing you may have noticed is when you're creating a saved search in command, you can't choose the acreage or the size of the lot. A consumer can actually do that within the app, along with the age of the home and things like that. So let me show you that. So here down at the bottom of the screen, see the magnifying glass? You would click that. And guys, just briefly, because of how we're having to do this today, I'm going to bounce back just ever so quickly just to make sure we don't have anybody in the waiting room. There we go. We do. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. And so hopefully those folks can come in and join too. So let's get back to our map view. What I did is I clicked on the magnifying glass at the very bottom, and now they can search. If the consumer has their location permissions turned on, you'll notice the little black arrow at the top right-hand corner in the search bar. They can actually click that little arrow. It will allow this app to use their location and it will pull properties that are around them. This is a great tool, guys. If you have a buyer that's still exploring neighborhoods in a new area, they can ride through a neighborhood and if they see a house they like, they can actually turn on those locations, open their app, and they will be able to find out information on that particular property if it's listed. So it's just very handy. I actually like to use that feature if I'm traveling, just because I like to see the value of homes in different areas. Or if you ever daydream of moving somewhere else, you can actually use that when you're in a new location and see what the properties are like where you are. So from here, they can use that search bar to enter a city, neighborhood, even a school district, guys. It's whatever they would prefer to do, or it defaults right here, as you can see on your screen. I believe that defaults to Texas. Yeah, to Austin, Texas, there where our KW home is. So we'll just go ahead and put our cursor in the top search bar here, and we'll just type in a city. Let's just pick what we already did, Boston. Let's do Washington. Well, let us do DC. It helps if you can spell and type right. Will it do it? There we go. Okay, so now it's populated. I want to show you something important here too. Notice how the menu that populated, the top options have city written underneath them. That will pull searches within that city. But notice just below that, now it's showing neighborhoods. So it would pull listings in those particular neighborhoods. The zip codes are listed below that. And as you go down, you see different options: school attendance zone, school district, metropolitan area, the county. So this menu is very helpful. Also notice towards the top, Then I could select for sale, for rent, or sold properties. Again, making this app universally valuable, no matter if they are a buyer or a seller or looking to rent. Okay, so I'm going to click back over to for sale. We're going to scroll up to the top of the suggested menu and just choose city. So it's going to populate listings for us. Now, notice at the top right hand corner, you already have that option to save. See the little heart with the pink save? I can go ahead from this screen right here and just save this search immediately. I don't have to create any more filters. So they can go ahead and create their own saved search from here if they would like. I'm going to go a little further and show you some more options. Okay. Down at the bottom, notice that it says list. I can choose a list view instead of the map view. And that way the listings show in a list. Notice at the top of your screen, right beside filters, now I have a sort option. If I choose sort, I can now do high to low for different options. Think about maybe price or even days on site. I personally like to choose the living area so that I can see which ones have the biggest square footage. So you can choose that. Or you can toggle over to the right. Just by touching the screen, it will highlight which option you've chosen. Notice that the navy blue shows behind the option you chose, or in the radio buttons, which one shows the pink and purple color. That's how you know which one you have selected. And so for the low to high, you also have options there that you can choose. Okay, so maybe you want to choose price on that option or days on site to see the newest. Okay, we'll just move high to low and look at price and hit apply, and it will update our list for us there. We can again create that saved search at any point by clicking on the saved feature on the top right hand. But for now, I'm going to choose filters on the top left and show you those other filters that you have available. Notice I have a little bitty bookmark symbol on the top right hand corner of my phone. And that means at any point, I can just hit that and it will save this search. Okay. I also have my for sale, for rent, and sold options again back at the top so I can toggle back and forth. And then I've got different fields that I can fill in. When you see like price range for min and max, I can touch those fields and begin typing in value, or I can grab a hold of the slide bar underneath and begin adjusting prices this way as well. Going on down to the bedrooms and bathrooms, I can simply touch which ones I want. And I have an exact match option, which means I don't want 4+ bedrooms or 3+ baths. I want that exact number, no more and no less. And so it will filter by that. Excuse me. As you go down a little further, there's some different options to choose from, same type of fields, but now you're seeing where we can adjust by living area. I can adjust by lot size as well. There's the place where the consumer can actually choose to look for properties with acreage. Excuse me, just had to clear my throat. The year built as well. Maybe they like older historical or classic homes, so they can actually zoom that down and find one of those. Or maybe they may like a little bit of a newer build, and so you can adjust it that way as well. There's just more features. They can even add keywords. Little disclaimer on the keywords though, since it is a brand new feature, I feel like it just needs to be worked out a little bit more before you start using it, just because as soon as you enter a keyword, you'll notice the results. See the show results at the bottom right hand corner? Those drastically reduce when you add your own keyword. So, and you are hoping that the listing agent entered all the correct information into the correct fields on that MLS listing, and it's not omitting something based on your keyword, right? So just use that one with caution. Listing status is also there as well. You can toggle on and off of those, listing types, and down at the bottom, listing details. I love this. It shows open house as an option. So you can just view the open houses based on your search if you want, or you can also look at the ones that have just had a price reduction. Maybe you're looking for investments and you want to see which ones have been sitting on the market a while and just had price reductions. So you can toggle those on and off as you would like them. At the bottom, you see an option to reset all filters or to go ahead and show you those results. From here, it's up to you which one you choose, but again, at the top right, you still have that saved search feature. I'm going to go ahead and click Show 38 Results. It will bring you back to this screen and it's updating the list. It's taking its sweet time. I hope it doesn't get stuck. There it is. All right, good deal. So it updated our view. So now we have our properties on our screen. Now I'm going to go ahead and click that Save Search option in the top right to save this search. You can name it. It's always a good idea to either keep the name of the city or like a zip code, something that tells you at a glance what this search is for. So, highly recommend doing that. Little guy's causing me an issue there. There we go. And then you can click save. From there, it's letting you know your saved search has been saved, and you can click close. That's how you actually search through this on this app, and also how the consumer would create a saved search. Now, I want to show you what it looks like when they actually view a listing. So I'm just going to click on one of these listings. I'm going to touch it on my screen. But before I do that, let me show you this too. You can slide the photos from right here if they want to just look through a preview. I believe it'll show them up to 4 or 5. Yeah, there we go. So it'll show them a few photos. They do have the option to see the price and some quick stats about the property. We get a lot of questions about this too, guys. If you'll notice down at the bottom, see where it says listing courtesy of, it will show the listing MLS there. We get a lot of questions about that. So please know it's not pulling from the wrong MLS or anything like that. It's just pulling the listings from MLSs all across the country and actually the world. So you may see that listed there, and that's just for compliance. Okay. So right here on the right, you'll notice the little heart as well. I'm going to show you what that will do for you. If you actually click on the heart, it adds that house to a favorites collection. See the notice at the bottom? I'm going to show you the collections in just a few moments, but the consumer can choose to add the heart or take it away, which will remove that house from the collection. I'll explain collections soon, but let's go ahead and tap on the listing and let me show you a few features in here. So they can obviously see this listing. They can scroll through the photos at the top. There's even the option to click on the photos and see them larger. Notice we're having some great prompts at the bottom where they can request a tour from the agent or contact the agent. We'll go through those in a moment. I also now have a share button at the top of my screen, and I can still heart and add it to my favorites. I can look at photos, virtual tour if there is one, or a street view. And you can tap on the photos and actually see them a little bit larger as well. So from here, I'm going to choose the back arrow at the top of the screen, and again, to get us back to the listing. Scrolling on down, notice that now we have the heart option as well as the share option again. I'm going to go ahead and click that heart so we have it saved to our collection so I can show you in just a minute. We have a property description. They can choose show more and view that. Wow, that's a big one. Property details as well. They can see all details and it will pop it out and give them more information. This is all pulling directly from the MLS. We'll minimize. And now see your agent, and it has the agent that this app is branded for. Notice that it already has a pre-populated message put there, and I have a get in touch or request a tour option. If I want to get in touch, I can touch that, and it just sent that message to my agent letting them know I want to be contacted, reach out to me. I'll show you that again from the agent's view in just a moment. Or I can request a tour of this particular property. I can choose the date. I can choose a time frame, morning, afternoon, or evening. I can give them options, maybe a couple of different dates, a couple of different windows of time. I can choose to do it in person or do it via live video. This is a bigger thing now ever since COVID. So you can definitely choose a live video or click in person, right? And so, or down at the bottom, I would need to add my additional information. Remember, the app only required first, last name, and email, right? So here I would need to enter my phone number, enter an additional message if I want, and then click request tour. It does not contact the listing agent in any way. It does not let them know anything. What it does is it actually sends a message to the agent that your app is branded for. They would get a notification in their command account and they would know, hey, I have a request for a tour. I need to reach out to this person. And they would reach out to you from their own personal mobile device, whether it be call, email, um, or text. And so the agent does not reach back out through the app, they reach out from their mobile device. At this time, the app is one-way communication. It's feeding from the client to the agent when it comes to these tour requests and messages. Okay. So I'm going to click the back button just to get us out of that screen and come down a little bit. You'll get to see the activity history for this particular listing. They have a mortgage calculator that they can come in and adjust as well. And if they scroll down, I want to show you where they can actually see the neighborhood. So right here, notice there's a follow option for the neighborhood. I can go ahead and click follow. And again, it's supposed to fill in and say it's being followed, guys. I don't know if yeah, you can see it on, there we go. It just took it a second to update. So for follow, now I'm following that neighborhood and I'll show you what that means in a moment. Then I can kind of track the stats for this neighborhood and I'll show you that on a screen. I can even choose to jump into that neighborhood by clicking go to neighborhood and search this area if I want to look a little further. It gives me a market snapshot, nearby schools, transit and commute. Notice I can add a place. See this right down here, add a place down at the bottom. If there's other places that are important to me, my place of work, my home, my family's home, whatever it is that I want to add here as a place, I can add it right here. And then when I'm viewing listings, it will show me how far of a commute it is to that place that's important to me, either by driving, biking, or walking. So just remember they can come in here and customize that even further and add those important places to them. They can see similar properties, nearby properties, and then it's your legal disclosures at the bottom, followed with, again, additional options to reach out to that agent. That's what the consumer is going to see when they're actually viewing that listing. I'm going to go back out to the main screen now by clicking the back button on the top left. I'm going to choose the home icon on the bottom left-hand corner. And now I'm going to show you here more options right here from the dashboard, especially based on the things that we just did. Notice that it's on collections. I touched on this briefly. Collections are going to be a group of particular properties that either the consumer has chosen personally or the agent has chosen for that consumer. That's when you put the little heart on the property from the consumer side. That's how they add a house or a property to a collection. That means they are going to view that home through its entire trip on the market. If it changes in price, if it has an open house, if the status changes, even if it gets sold or comes off market, that home will continue to be right here in this collection so they can view it and see whatever happens with it. It will not come out of this collection until they manually remove it, which means they take the little heart off of it. They take it out of their favorites by clicking that heart. So, again, collections are homes that they've personally favorited or unfavorited. And from an agent side, I'll show you how to do that where you can add homes and remove homes manually. This is where they would see the homes that they've seen, they've liked. They can choose View All Collections down at the bottom, and it would show them all of their collections right here. Notice the home that we just viewed down there, bottom left, is already added to our favorite listings now. I'm going to click the home at the bottom left of the screen to jump back to the dashboard. And I can click on Saved Searches. Saved searches are different from collections because it's based on one set of criteria. What I mean by that is 4 bedroom, 3 bath, Washington, D.C. Remember those filters that we set? It's one set of criteria, and it's all the properties that are currently on the market will populate based on that criteria. So when you look at your saved searches, the listings may always change. It depends on what you've entered as to what's on the market then and what will actually show. If the listings come off the market, if the listings that come on the market don't meet your criteria, you won't see them. It really does change automatically. You do not have to manually add it and remove it like collections. So think of saved searches as you perusing what's currently on the MLS, whereas collections would be those personal homes or those particular homes that you favorited and you want to watch and keep an eye on, period. This is where they can view their saved searches. Neighborhoods, clicking on that tab to the right, saying no followed neighborhoods. It should say that we have one. There it goes. All right. So now it's showing the neighborhood that we just followed, right? And they can scroll through different neighborhoods that they've liked on here or chosen to follow and get the market stats, even a 6 month comparison. They can explore the neighborhood or see those recent listings again down here at the bottom. If they chose View All Neighborhoods, they would be able to see all the neighborhoods or even start adding more if they would like to. I'm going to choose to go back to the Home tab. And that right there is what they would see on their main home screen from a consumer perspective. Notice over here on the Heart tab at the bottom, we didn't choose that, but that brings us right back to the same collection, save searches and neighborhoods. And it's just a quick way to jump over and see which ones that they have that are saved in their favorites. And then you have the person icon in the bottom right-hand corner where you can go in and see the agent that you currently have chosen for the app. The consumer can go in and choose notifications. If I click notifications, they can actually adjust how they receive notifications for those saved searches and those collections. If I come back out of that screen, they have the option there to choose to share the app from their mobile device, or they can change the language as well. Okay. So that's it from a consumer standpoint. So I'm actually going to stop sharing and we're going to jump over now and view it from an agent standpoint. So give me just a moment as we switch that over. If you're here with me live, guys, please drop your questions in the chat. If I'm not seeing them as we're going through, no worries. I'm going to stay for a few moments after class and make sure I get those answered for you guys, okay? And if you're watching this back on recording and you have any questions, you can definitely reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. There we go. All right, guys. So give me just a second. We're almost there. I'm going to share my screen here from another device. All right. Thank you. All right, so folks, if you can see my screen and still hear me and we're good to go, somebody give me a thumbs up if you will. Let me know that you can see it again. We're trying out that new technology for this class. I just want to make sure that we are working and you can see everything. You're not missing any of it. See command login. Sarah, perfect. You are quick on the draw. Sister, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, so from here, guys, I'm going to go ahead and log into Command, and we're going to look at the agent side of this. Um, if I didn't mention it earlier as well, please know that the consumer's login for that KW Consumer mobile app also works on your website. Let me jump over to our KW agent website and show you what I mean. If they're on a desktop or a laptop version, then coming to your website will work better, obviously, right? Because it's not an app. But if they are on a mobile device or a tablet, they can use the consumer mobile app. But if they're on the desktop and laptop, they can come right here to your website, choose the login feature over to the right. And then here they would log in or sign up. I'll go ahead and log in really quick so that you can see what it changes about your website. So notice, still looks brand new like your website, right? Still looks like your branding, about me, search properties, right? That all stays the same. But notice over here when I click SL, the SL, my initials in the circle, I can still access my saves. So I'll click saved. And it's going to work correctly. Yes, good. Okay, good. There we go. So right here, notice this was the same view we had when we clicked on the heart icon within the app. I can see collections, I can see my saved searches, and I can see my neighborhoods. So it may take it a second to update. There we go. So they can sign onto your website and actually get to view all of these things. If they went to search properties or click on a particular property, they can also have the option to continue to add them to their favorites or remove them, things like that. Okay. So it's blessed, it's pulling a little hard on my computer there to pull up one of these listings since I got so much running on it today. But here we go with our favorite listings, and I can come in here and unfavorite them and remove them from my collections if I want to. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and close that website view. I just wanted you to know that that's what it looks like from the agent website if they sign in with their consumer login. And now let's spend a few moments just looking through the command desktop or laptop version so that you can see it from an agent's point of view. If you're looking for your KW consumer app, you can actually, let me make sure we have nobody in the waiting room. Okay, good. We're good. Um, you would come over here to your consumer tab on the left-hand side. If you're not familiar with these icons yet, you can click that red square and pop the names out. So we would click on consumer, and your KW app link will be right down here under app URL settings. So this right here is your branded app link to your KW consumer mobile app. You can copy from right here and share that however you would like to. Okay. If you have this in your marketing and a consumer touches it on a mobile device, remember it will bring them right to their app store, or it should on their mobile device. Okay. So I just want you to be familiar with where that is. Now, how do you find the contacts that have registered on your app? Let's go to Contacts tab on the top left, second icon down. Now from here, you can use filters. Let me minimize some of these so you can see them. An agent site connection right here, whether they've connected to it or not connected to it. Okay. So for this particular person under fake name, they have not connected. If they had, we would see a green check mark surrounded with a green circle right here beside their name. And when I click on the contact, within their timeline right here on the top right, I would be able to view everything that they've been doing in the app. I would see, actually, let me see if this person was ever registered on the app. Nope. Okay. So I was just seeing if there was a previous, because this is again an older demo account. So I just wanted to see if they had some registered there. But nope. So it would show in the timeline here on the top right, or on the right hand side of your screen. And it would actually show you every time that they viewed a listing, you would see that here, and it would show the particular hyperlink to that listing. So from right here within their timeline, you could click it and go view that listing. If they sent you a message, if they requested a tour, it would all be listed right here on the timeline and would show you that. And it would have hyperlinks in it so you could view the message. You could see the details of the time and date that they requested the tour, and if it's a live one or a live feed over video, or if it was an in-person request. You would see all of that right here in their timeline. Okay. Um, and that's how you would be able to find the contacts who have registered for your either the website or the app. Now, let's look at how to create a saved search so that you would be able to know how to do that from the agent side. Over here on the right-hand side, you have a tab, Saved Searches, and this is where you can actually complete that. Okay. So you can click Create Saved Search, and you're going to see that the filters are way different than the app. You do have a few options for location at the top. You can do the city, neighborhood, zip code, school attendance, and even custom. Personally, I think the custom is a little neater because you get to draw on the map. So you would choose custom and draw on map. And now, again, if you have your locations turned on, or if there's a primary address on file for this contact, any of those options, it may go ahead and zoom into the map for you. I have those turned off. And so I'm just going to hold my control key down and I can zoom in with my mouse, or you can use the zoom options right here on the right-hand side of the map. So we'll just go ahead. Let's pick somewhere. I'll just start zooming in. This works, Nashville, Tennessee. So you can just begin zooming in and then grab the little hand at the top, click it, make sure it's teal, and then you can just begin drawing. Maybe there's a certain road that's known for a lot of traffic in the neighborhood. So you want to stay on just one side of that street and not have to cross over that to get between work and home, whatever it is. So you can just draw that map on here, and hopefully you're a lot more um, graceful with the mouse there and you get the lines a little straighter. So you can go ahead and hit apply. If they want to draw on the map, you can do that. And then from there, you do have your price, min, and max, some amenities here that you can choose from. Property type, they're all selected already, so you can come in here and unselect them if you want to. For listing status, it lets you do active, pending, or coming soon. Beds, bath, year built, the living area, and then just a couple more options, whether it has parking. If you want to set up a saved search for maybe you have just some tire kickers or some curious buyers, you can do an only open house search for them. Um, Maybe it's somebody that's just not ready to buy yet. That's a great way to go ahead and make that connection with them just to have the conversation started. Or price reduced. Choose next. From here, save it. Remember, just really recommend always keeping the name or something to do with the location. So at a glance, you'll know which one the save search is for. And then it automatically pulls their primary email address on file, so you don't have to edit that. And you can choose to send email notifications or not. It's not mandatory. If I created the saved search for this person without doing the emails, it's going to let them see this saved search when they sign in to the KW Consumer Mobile app or when they sign into your website. They would still be able to view that saved search. If I want to do the email notifications, I can choose that. Keep those questions coming. I'm definitely going to get to those here in just a minute. Excuse me. So for email frequency, I can choose instant, daily, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. Okay. So you can choose whichever one you want. Know that the consumer can change this from their app. They can actually go in and decide that they want it instant, or maybe they don't want it at all. So they can adjust those notifications on the back end of the app where I showed you before. So you would go ahead and choose which one you want and click Create Saved Search. Now, since I did email notifications, and if this person had already registered on my consumer mobile app, they would have just received an email right then saying, "Hey, I've created a saved search for you. Here's the listings that currently meet that criteria." Okay? If you create a saved search for a person and you do not see this green check mark with the green circle that would be right here in this area beside this person's name, they are not going to receive the emails, and they obviously won't see the saved search on the consumer app because they haven't created that login yet. So just know that. All right, so that was our saved search. Last thing I want to show you guys how to do from the agent standpoint here within Command that affects that consumer mobile app is how to create those collections. Remember, we just did the save search? It's based on criteria, and then it automatically updates based on what is on the market that meets that criteria, right? So the houses that come on and off the market will automatically update on this list to show them whatever meets their criteria. A collection you would create over here under the listings tab, again, red square if you need it, listings tab right here, and then create new listing. Excuse me, skipped a step. Collections right here in the middle of the screen. Click collections. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I feel like my screen might be too small for you guys. There we go. And so from here with collections, these are the collections that you may have created previously, but we can actually come up here to the top right and create a brand new collection. This is going to allow you to handpick properties for multiple consumers. You can create one collection and just send it to one contact if you would like. Or maybe you can come in here and create a collection and send it to multiple contacts. Maybe you're working with multiple investors, multiple first time home buyers, multiple people that are looking to get into this like very hard to get into center of town, that's close to everything. So maybe you have clients that are looking in the same market or for the same type of property. Then you can come in here and create this collection and send it to multiple contacts. It doesn't have to be just for one. You can also create multiple collections for the same contact, but I can do that all within one collection, even if the property is in a different location, meets a different set of criteria, maybe even in a different state, different country. It doesn't matter. I can put any type of property I want into this one collection. It's not limited by that one set of criteria. Okay. So I can come over here to the left. On the left-hand side is where you're going to set your filters. On the right-hand side is where you're going to see the properties populate. So over here on the left, I can do city, zip code, or MLS. A little less particular than what we just saw for the saved search, right? We're not seeing like our school attendance zone, things like that, but I still have my option to draw on the map. So I can choose the hand. Let's zoom in somewhere and we can click the hand and draw an area on the map that we want to include and hit apply. And I'm doing circles, guys. You can literally do any shape. It doesn't have to be that. And so now our custom location is set on the left. Adjust the filters as you would like. Okay, maybe I'll just do single family. You can either even do KW Reserve, broker exclusive, coming soon. You can do this for sellers. Maybe you want to show them sold properties. Maybe you're in negotiations, so you want to also show them things that, their competition has gone off the market. Um, so you can hit apply filters and notice the properties updating on the right-hand side. I'm going to go ahead and name our collection. Name it whatever you want, but the consumer will be able to see it, just FYI. So for collection name, let's just say investment ops. And so you can also sort your selection by recently added or last added. And you can search if you're looking for something particular, but you get to see the listings, preview for the photo, the addresses, price, bed, bath, square foot, MLS number, and the status that they are on the MLS. And so then you would just begin selecting which homes you want to include in your collection. And then let's say this particular group of folks, they're looking in multiple areas or multiple states. Now that I've selected those listings, I can come back over here to the left, trash that location, pick a different place. Maybe I'll do it by zip code, change my settings, and apply new filters. Notice that the collection, the homes already added to the collection, stay at the top and they're already highlighted and selected. And I can go down below it and see the new results, and I can begin choosing more homes to add to this collection for this particular one. Okay. Once I'm done selecting all the homes, I can choose Create Collection. It bundles them all together, puts my little name on it. And then right now I can leave it back here just as a collection to hang on to if I want. If I'm doing it for myself as an agent and I just want to be able to watch those properties, keep an eye on them, see how they perform on the market, I can do that. I don't have to send it to contacts. I can do not right now and leave it back here, and I can just come back and visit and keep an eye on those if I want to. It's a great way to learn the market, especially if you're getting started. Um, or on the right, you can do assign to contacts. This means I'm going to send this collection out to contacts. You can choose multiple or you can just do one. But just FYI, the only names that will show here for you to add to this collection will be the contacts that have already registered on your consumer mobile app or on your website. They have to have already had that account to be able to view this collection. Okay. Because remember, they're going to do it when they sign in. So those are the only folks that you will see listed when you go to send a collection. Don't be alarmed if you don't see all your contacts back here. Okay. All right. So you would select one, you could select all, you could grab them by tags, however you want to select your contacts. Once you have them checked, you can click assign right here. They would get an email that you have created a collection for them if they have email notifications turned on, and the collection will also now show within their app or on the website if they sign in. Okay. All right. So, guys, that is it. That is our KW Consumer Mobile App Overview class. I know it's a lot, it's a really robust piece of tech. From KW. It's probably my favorite piece, and there's lots of updates they've done recently and more to come. So just keep your eye out for that. Always feel free to reach out to us as well. We'll be happy to help you walk through any of these steps in particular. If you need to go back through them, you can always go to our YouTube channel as well and view tip videos there. A lot of these items are broken out there on that into different videos, like little 4-minute clips to teach you how to do step by step these different things that I've shown you today. If you're here with me live, drop those questions in the chat. I'm going to stay here for a few moments and get those answered for you. If you are watching this back on recording, please reach out to us, support at scottleroymarketing.com, and we'll be happy to help you. Thanks for watching.